According to a report from the National Academy of Sciences, if a massive storm hits Earth, full recovery of the infrastructure could take up to 10 years.
During that time, the level of human misery and destruction and death, people would really perish.
And it's not just major urban areas that are affected.
What happens in a typical small town the day after, 1 second after an EMP event?
Author Bill Fortune decides to find out. He convinces his neighbors in the small town of Black Mountain, North Carolina, to stage their own electromagnetic pulse disaster exercise.
Hey, come back! I'm dead.
They anticipate that cars with microchips and fuel injectors will fail.
Sorry, are you okay?
And pepper the street with a few older models they know will still run.
Hey, why is his car still working?
Bob Miller comes riding up here in his old car, and he's coming up the street, and a bunch of other people don't like it. His car runs and theirs don't. I mean, that's going to happen.
In all the emergency events that we've dealt with over the years, we always knew that it was going to be a short window that we were going to have to operate in. In this event, I think that's one of the key components that we do need to be focused on, is we have no idea what the time frame is going to be before resources are able to come in, and that's all going to depend on how big of an area that this actually affected.
Around Highland Farms, I think they added some water up here.
It's nearly impossible for first responders to predict a time frame, because without electricity, how do you rebuild an electrical society?
Within a matter of days, you're going to have perhaps tens, maybe hundreds of millions of people on the road looking for water, looking for food, looking for shelter.
More than cars, more than airplanes, more than the internet. An EMP will knock out the food and water supply. Then what? Within days, supplies run out. And people leave their homes in a desperate search for food.
The simulation that was going on up there was to give out food and to give out water. We had a water supply. We had a creek that was coming in, and we have a small lake up there. So we had a built-in water source.
Okay, 1 gallon per family. There you go. Take that back to your mommy and daddy, okay? Hi, everybody. Thanks, Tom. How's the chlorine levels?
Some purification could be done to that, to a natural resource that already existed.
How are we doing on water?
Need some water.
Okay, can we go back to the stream and get some more water, guys? Thanks.
What seems to be going on with you?
Within 5 to 10 days, because of water pollution and sanitation issues, you will have millions of people falling ill from gastrointestinal illnesses.
We need to get a body tent, get some bottles on her.
And I could foresee a scenario where the town says, look, we have 5,000 people. We only have enough food to feed us all for 30 days.
All right.
How many?
Just one.
Over here, 2 lines. 2 lines. How many in the family?
3.
3. 1.
If we open up and let the 50,000 people coming in on the interstates walking into our town, we now only have enough food for 3 or 4 days, and then we all starve together. Do you want to make those choices?
It is a dual dilemma. The technology that makes us so powerful may ultimately be our Achilles heel. Without electronics, infrastructures grind to a halt, and civilization as we know it ends. Now that you know what is vulnerable and what isn't, what will you do?